For almost a century, readers have turned to The New Yorker for its award-winning journalism. But for a lot of folks, they're not there for the words. They come for the cartoons. They clip them, they screen grab them, they put them on display on the fridge, on the wall next to the phone, wherever they are needed most. Which is why we wanted to meet up with Emma Allen, the youngest cartoon editor in the magazine's long history. She's published cartoons from the serious and the high-minded to the dumb and just plain funny. But what's the secret of a great New Yorker cartoon in the year 2022? Here's the journey.
Ready to go?
Yeah.
In a corner conference room at the World Trade Center, we recently witnessed one of the most high-stakes weekly conversations in journalism.
Let's just review. There's a sausage.
Sausage riding a horse.
Between some of the very best minds in the business.
Who's talking?
The lobster.
A debate over a simple question. Is this funny?
Goo goo gaga.
Editor David Remnick has final say over what officially becomes a New Yorker cartoon.
I like this.
I love this.
But it's Emma Allen who gets to decide what to put before him.
It's a strange art form that exists almost only at the New Yorker at this point.
Allen's been in the role since 2017 when she replaced longtime cartoon editor Bob Mankoff.
Did he give you any advice about the new job?
I mean, I think he said, you know, you can do it. You pick what's funny and you get rid of what's not funny. And fundamentally, that is all there is to it.
She was already doing that with words, editing humor articles on the magazine's website, when Remnick suggested she try pictures, too.
You were 29?
Yeah.
No one had ever been younger in the job.
No one has ever been younger than I was at 29.
You were the youngest 29 ever?
Yeah.
But she's also more experienced than you might expect. A humor columnist in college, and before that, a little kid who collected New Yorker cartoons.
Why would a kid be cutting out New Yorker cartoons?
I guess for all the ones I understood, I thought they were hilarious. And for all the ones I didn't understand, I sort of wanted to unpack them or grow up enough to be able to understand them.
The New Yorker.
There is a certain reputation.
I'd be more apathetic if I weren't so lethargic.
And if you don't know otherwise, you might think a New Yorker cartoon is a little fancy for you.
Oh, I get it. That's kind of funny.
But don't be so sure, Allen says.
Yeah, these are all yeses.
While she won't reveal her favorites, she did agree to talk us through a couple winners. Like this one of a man and woman at dinner, captioned, "Let me interrupt your expertise with my confidence."
I mean, her expression, the fact that she has so little wine in her glass, has clearly been drinking steadily while he's
been talking.
Exactly. Yeah, that detail alone is just like, yep.
And this classic.
There's just layers of greatness to this.
On the internet, nobody knows you're a dog.
It opens up this variety of other questions, like what is this dog doing on the internet? It's sort of like the joke sets off the potential for all of these other funny thoughts.
That moment of yes for you, the editor, is it a laugh?
I will say I probably laugh out loud 4 times in the entire process of looking at 1,000 cartoons.
That's not a good ratio, I have to say.
Yeah, the thing that really will sell a cartoon is an element of surprise, because I'm in this dead-eye, infinite scroll mode. If something shocks me out of my stupor, then it's in, or at least it's gotten to the next stage where David Remnick has to also be surprised by it.
Yeah.
From there, some 60 finalists are whittled down to about 20.
Oh, the grand opening. The coconut shop.
Which the magazine purchases for future issues.
Okay, that's going in.
All right.
All right.
Do you think a discerning reader could notice a change in the last 5 years that you've been at the helm?
Someone asked me a much less deft and tactful version of that question right when I started, which is, oh, now that there's a woman in charge, are all the cartoons going to be different? And I was like, yes, they're all going to be about menstruation.
Right, of course.
But, I mean, I think I was hired because of the imprint I could put on the magazine and the new voices I would find and promote, not despite it.
And about that, Mankoff acknowledged in a Washington Post article last year that many of the cartoonists he worked with were a diverse group when it came to height and weight, but that's about it.
as he said, it was a limited group of cartoonists, and there wasn't a lot of diversity.
So you recruited people.
I started recruiting people, and immediately people were sending me names of other people that they were excited about.
Ellie Black and Serin Lee are two of the cartoonists she's brought in.
Do you think there's any difference in her tenure?
I think there's definitely more different voices or different points of view.
I do know, like, how fortunate it feels to be able to, like, share your work with somebody who takes it seriously and listens to you.
Both do say they feel supported by Alan, who not only encouraged them to submit in the first place, but has provided expert feedback on cartoons like this one.
And Knight is trying to get into the castle to get to the princess, and the dragon's like, go away, she doesn't want to see you. And I did not give the princess a nose. And Emma was like, this is great, but can you just draw a nose?
And did you think Emma, in retrospect, was right? The princess needed a nose?
Didn't hurt.
And by bringing in a new generation of New Yorker cartoonists, the hope is a new generation of readers will follow. Not only for the articles, but for the laughs.
Part of the joy of it is that you can run a New Yorker cartoon that is a very unsophisticated, dumb joke, and you can run a New Yorker cartoon that is alludes to a relatively obscure line of poetry. And both of those things can exist in the same place. And is every single person who reads The New Yorker going to like both of those? No. But I want there to be an accessible point for anyone who is coming to New Yorker cartoons and wants to have a laugh, see a bit of their life represented.
So I love.
Oh, Emma Allen.
She's great. She's
Gosh,
great.
was
like
thoroughly
her.
entertaining.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that a lot.
I like her.
I love that this tradition is like 100 years old at The New Yorker, but it's got a renaissance online because it's essentially an Instagram post with text, right? It's like a meme
It's a meme.
before
It's
there
the
was
first
a
meme.
Yeah. And the other cool thing is anyone can submit a cartoon, and they are constantly looking for new people. So there's
But they have a look, though, those cartoons
They're
in the
called,
New Yorker.
I think it's a panel, so there's a one panel, and it's
panel.
usually black and white. But
Okay.
within that context, you can do anything you want in
Anybody.
that box.
Wait, by anyone, you're talking any age, you can just submit it
You
and
can draw a doodle right now on the back of this here and
Wow.
send it in, for sure.
I like seeing the process that goes into it. I like the yes, no, maybe. One of my favorite parts is to hear David Remnick,
Totally.
who was an icon in the industry, go gaga goo goo.
It's so
think
funny.
that was hilarious.
All the National Magazine Awards and the
Yes,
Pulitzer Prizes,
yeah.
they all get in the room and they're like,
Who's
is the
talking?
sausage talking? I don't
It's
get it.
really good.
that was good, Tony.